Hey, what's up, nerds?
Oh my goodness, it's me. Y'all do. Hey, what's up, nerds? Matt and Bubba here. You're watching Beard Bros with, Matt and Bubba. Here we are. Bubba is having a real problem with his voice today. And
Hey,
so
get out of here.
I've got to take over as lead Beard Bro.
Oh, man. I'm just going to sit back. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
So, hey, everyone. It's Matt. It's Bubba. It's Thursday morning. It's Matt and Bubba. We still call him Matt and Bubba in the morning. Yeah, it still says it. Yeah. Okay. Matt and Bubba in the morning.
Beard Bros with Matt and Bubba in the morning.
Okay. Oh, there we go. That's what you're watching.
We got to get all the things in there.
Yeah. He's Bubba. He coughed up something a little bit ago.
I
don't know what it was, like a demon or something.
He
coughed up a demon or something.
Yeah.
And he's going to make it, I think. Today we are talking about our top 13 two-player games. I was going to try to say more there, but top 13 two-player games. There are a lot of two-player games in the world. And I think we chose a pretty good selection. We may have forgotten a couple. And because I only get like 6.5 or 7 choices, I couldn't list all the ones I wanted to list. Bubba had to delete a few of mine.
Let's be real.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
you do
7,
about
8,
10
9,
every
10,
list.
11, 12, 13. You're at 13. Well, it's because like I maybe wake up earlier than Bubba.
No, it was okay, just most of the time. Most of the time.
Are you still getting your kids to the bus?
I was supposed to take them today. Anna took them. Oh,
so yeah, you can be sick every day if you want.
I would rather not. That'd be great, actually.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us. You all are awesome. We're going to turn. We in the past, this whole morning show has been about kind of whatever we want to be about, gaming related. Typically,
you're not my dad, so
we do a Kickstarter. We might do something serious, but because LTN,
dude, I can talk about some Kickstarters for real.
Yeah, I actually just saw one too, but that's not what the show's about today. It's about our top 13 two-player games. We're going to be turning Beard Bros, Matt and Bubba in the morning into tabletop-focused chat because we have a lot of other chat elsewhere about video games and nerd culture. Yeah. So we want to make sure that we are chatting about tabletop games because we love tabletop games. And I must say, like, the past few months for me have been a pretty dry spell for gaming. And I'm looking to play more. We're currently in the process of maybe moving our bedroom over there, like our bed over there in this area, and then moving the gaming table just downstairs. Because honestly, like I sit here all day, and at the end of the day, I don't want to come back up here and play a game. So I'm trying to like differentiate some spaces here.
You guys are going to move into the attic?
I think so, but we'll still keep the office here.
You guys are great. I love it.
We'll still keep the office a half over here, and we'll like put the bedroom over yonder.
Where's my bedroom?
It's right here.
You're moving into my bedroom.
No, you're right here still, right behind me on this. Yeah, we're not moving that. Partition? Well, we might build a little wall right here, like a little like split wall. We'll see. We don't know yet. We're figuring that part out. So yesterday we spent a good portion of the day painting that downstairs. We were calling it the lower office for a while. It was Penny's room. Before that, it was the washer and dryer room. Now it's going to be the gaming room, I guess, the board gaming room. So
where the washer and dryer was?
Well, now the washer and dryer is all the way down in the basement.
But you're talking about that little spot. This is probably really awesome for everybody who is.
Yeah, the little spot like directly below the attic here. Like that little room is now going to have the gaming table and gaming. Al, this has air conditioning and heat, so it's no problem. I'm moving some of my games.
It gets both hot and cold. I can confirm that.
Yeah, both and. I'm not moving all of my games. I'm going to move some of my games because I can't. Let's be honest here. I'm running out of space, so I need more places to put more games. So I'm going to build some more shelves because that's what I do.
Great.
I just build shelves. I'm a shelf builder. It's all I know how to be.
But you're good at it.
Yeah. So we're gonna. I'll keep you all posted on the onlines. I know you're all super concerned.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah. I set my clock by it. Some people are on daylight savings time. I just say how many shelves is he building? That's what time it is.
I've built a lot of shelves already in this house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. At least 15 shelves in this house already.
And counting. and a record table, and
yeah. Well, that's what I do. Hey, you all, while we're doing this here, raid time. Ukulele worship.
Flat Cap,
Flat Cap. There
Pastor.
We go. What's
Thank you
up?
so much for that raid.
Thank you so much. Bubba and I are just about to jump into our top 13 two-player tabletop games. Say that as many times as fast as you want to.
I will say it 0 times. Yeah.
And I'd love for you all to list off your favorites in the chat and let us know, why it's your favorite. Bubba and I play a lot of games, and honestly, I had a hard time nailing it down. And when I brought this idea before Bubba, and I took it from someone on Discord, thank you. I think it was maybe Chad or someone. I want to go about it with exclusively 2-player games. Now there are a couple that are on the list that like bend it a little bit. They bend it a little bit, but like
exclusive
for the most part.
We don't want it to be.
I will say that 11 of the 13 are only 2-player. 2 of them can be played at 4-player, but I think you'd have a much better time playing it 2. I think they were made for 2 players.
Here's the deal. I am more inclined to play a non-2-player game with more people, like to break a game adding too many people, that I am dropping a game down to make it 2-player compatible. So
there aren't like a lot of the games that I want to play, like Dune. Let's put Dune, for instance. Like you can play that game 2-player, but you're also then adding 2.
I would probably hate that.
2 factions, like 2 Automa factions, like where you're controlling them and there's flipping cards. Like,
or
I
each
haven't
person
done
will
it.
control 2 factions.
Yeah, or maybe it's with 2 you add 1, and if you want to play 1 player you add 2. Either way, you're adding stuff to the game to be able to make it work out. But love to hear your all tabletop 2-player games that you love playing. Aaron, when I were talking about this morning, she's like, "Why would you want to do just 2-player? Like that doesn't make." I'm like, "Well, sometimes you just want to play with only 2-player." So she's like, "Name it your top 13 selfish, you don't want to play with anyone else games." So if you only have 2-player games on your shelf, you can't invite other people over. You don't only invite one person.
They can get out.
Oh man. Yeah. So let's just dive right in, Bubba. What do you think?
I think let's just dive right in.
Let's shall.
Shall we?
Let's shall. So first game on our list is 7 Wonders Duel. Now, a lot of you have probably heard of, or you've probably heard of this and the regular 7 Wonders game. This game has been out for, let's see here. It came out in 2015, I think, which I was shocked by.
Like the year of our Lord, yeah.
I know, like the time has been going by so quickly, and maybe I just found out about this game way later. But this takes everything good about the regular 7 Wonders game and converts it into a 2-player duel game. You're going, you're trying to build your civilization by advancing your military, your scientific development. It's really like you see that like little pyramid there. Like you're taking a little tile card, you're playing it. Like it's a super simple but very satisfying duel game. Have you played this one before, Bubba?
I haven't, but I've played one very similar to it. I actually have not played 7 Wonders or 7 Wonders Duel.
You call yourself a gamer?
I was going to say,
What?
Don't ask me how I got this far in life.
Well, 2 demerits, at least 2.
Anytime somebody talks about 7 Wonders, I'm like, no, I mean, right? Right.
No, am I right? Now, I feel like 7 Wonders, like it was one of those older games that was good, but I don't know if it aged very well, at least not for me. And I know they just re-released it not long ago with their anniversary edition or whatever, updated version, whatever it was. But I think that this does 7 Wonders better, personally. And it's super quick. This one, it's a 30-minute game. It says ages 10 plus. I've played with my younger kids. Like as long as they understand gaming and collecting, you'll be totally fine. I know, Bubba, what even? See?
Hey guys, look, I'm not here to be cyberbullied right now.
Yes, he is. He can't defend himself because he can't talk.
I can't. All I have are my words, and I can't right now.
7
I do
Wonders
want
Architects.
to play it though.
Okay.
Like, I do want to.
Make it happen. Well, I think like if you play 7 Wonders, absolutely play 7 Wonders, but then play this one and compare them. It's one of those ones I wish I could get this to table more often. A lot of these games are ones I wish I could get to table more often. I just don't make it happen.
I wonder what I played that was like this.
It wasn't
because
it wasn't Imhotep the Duel, was it?
Well, it might have been because Lizzie Funkhauser was like, "You got to play this. This is my favorite game," and she sat me down, and it had a pyramid.
Well, you sure it wasn't Camel Up? That might have a pyramid.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It was Uno Duel.
No, there it is. That makes more sense.
Yeah, Duelo. Yeah.
And this game is, I think you can get it for pretty dang cheap. Well, it says 20. You can get it for 27 on Amazon, but I think you can find it cheaper than that. It's been around for a while, so scour those used bookstores and make it happen.
Hey, if anybody wants me to play it, just send it to me. You can send it to Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652.
Does he still live there? Mike still says it says 30 minutes, but honestly, if you know what you're doing, it is a quicker game.
Does he still live there?
He probably does. He's a Chicago for life, getting the Chicago dogs.
Yeah, well, he bought the property. It's his.
Yep. And if you know this game, you definitely can get it cranked out in 15 minutes. And I've made this list today. Okay, I made partly most of this list today of games, and I just kind of everyone I look at, I'm like, oh man, I want to play that. Oh man, I want to play that. It's been way too long.
But why? You want to play? You want to play right now?
I'll play. Yeah, sure. So that's Seven Wonders Duel. I highly recommend it. It was the first one that came to mind when I was making this list. So dive in, just make it happen. If you're looking for a good 2-player game, it's a really easy way to start.
Well, if you're looking for a good 2-player game, you're in the right spot.
Yeah, because we got 12-ish more for you, plus some. Hey, next one on the list is a game called Patchwork, and this game's also been out for.
I know about this one. I got this one.
Which version do you have? Because there are
OG.
A lot. Oh yeah, that's the one I have as well. There are a lot of versions of this game. Main point of this game is you are competing against your opponent to make the best patchwork quilt. You're selecting tiles. You have a little board in front of you that you have to fit your pieces on. Each piece is a crazy shape. You can see on the screen there, and you're trying to make sure you fill up all of your spaces on your board. What am I missing here? Buttons. There's buttons.
Those are buttons. Yeah.
Buttons. Who's got the buttons? You're just trying to lay tiles down as much as you can, and you're going to have some spots missing because it never works out. For me, it never ever works out, and I don't know. Maybe I feel like I'm pretty good with spatial awareness on games, but
I love spatial awareness games.
I just don't I for whatever reason don't get the tiles I need, the pieces I need. So there are, like I said, just several versions of this game. There's a Halloween one. There is
I saw that. It's spooky.
I think there's a 4th of July one. There's a Christmas one. If you know in the chat how many versions there are, just let me know. I guess I'll Google
Martin Luther King Day one.
How many versions of Patchwork? I've only played this one. I don't know. Have you played any other ones ever?
No, I've only played this specific version. And I know they even came out with a 2-player, was it 2-player? Was it an expansion? Something like that, where it was different, but not super different.
I've seen it. Yeah. And I didn't understand what that meant. And I'm like, I think I'll just stick with the OG one. There's an Americana edition.
Oh, bring it to me.
For 2 Ghouls Halloween edition. Express. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. Patchwork Express for 2 players. I don't know what that even means unless they just rebranded their game and they're like, oh yeah, Express one.
Well, when you're trying to keep up with Monopoly,
Yeah. Well, as soon as there's Jeff Foxworthy version, I'm in. So this is like I said, all these are for 2 players. So this is 2 players, 15 to 30 minutes, probably more like 15 as soon as you know what you're doing. And it's for 8+. This is from Lookout Games. So it looks like you can get it for, it says 30 on Amazon. I legit think you can get it for cheaper than, thank you. I think you can get it for cheaper than that. If you
100%.
Peep around. 16 in the local discount store. There you go. Yeah. Just drive on down south. You'll probably not spend that much money on gas, so you'll be fine. You just also have to bring dinner with you.
What a weird wagon to hitch your game to, just holidays.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it probably works. Like how many like Halloween games? Like when you're looking for Halloween games, you're like, all right, what am I gonna play? Some spooky. Okay, I'll play.
You can play Horrified.
Horrified. You can play Campy Creatures. Yeah, and there's not.
You're gonna play.
You're gonna play like Zombie or Nemesis like type games.
Dracula.
Like, yeah, like there's those games. Like, but I want a not spooky Halloween game for ghouls. 2 ghouls. I don't.
just as ghouls.
There's a Valentine's Day edition. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. It must be. It's new. It's coming out.
Ghouls just want to have fun.
Ghouls just want to have fun.
We got to move on. There's too much.
So that's Patchwork. Keep it. Hey, you've played this game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I apologize. This is a very poor picture. I'm going to pick a different one.
I'll allow it.
That was also
so this
bad.
is Hive or Hive Pocket. I feel like these first few games we've talked about like have been around for a while. This one actually came out. I think it came out in the early 2000s. It is like the grandfather of gaming right here. Can you believe it? It's an old one. So you are trying to surround each player has a queen bee.
Yep.
That you're trying to surround your opponent's queen bee, and you have a full stack of different bugs, grasshoppers, ants, spiders, dung beetles. Is that a dung? I can't remember.
Get out of here!
That's a little purple one right there, right? That's a dung. Or beetle say beetle, but he's a dung beetle in my heart. So each of these insects move in a different way. So the ants like scurry around. The grasshopper, I think, jumps over.
Jumps in a straight line.
Yeah. So you're trying to lay your tiles down, and then you're doing hex tiles, like lay them down and you can move them, and you're trying to surround completely your opponent's queen bee. It sounds pretty like easy and straightforward, and it is, but there's a lot of strategy involved because you're trying to like play off of what your opponent's doing, and they're trying to like surround your queen, and like it just like very back and forth quick. I say it's a quick game, 20 minutes ish, depending on how decisive your opponent and you are. They make a pocket edition as well, and that's the one I personally have, but they may also make like the big guy edition.
It's just smaller, right?
Yeah, it's just smaller. There's no difference at all, except it's smaller. There are a couple expansions. There's a pill bug and a mosquito that both do different things. But like, it's just like this game, it's old, but it's stood the test of time because you can talk to most gamers now, like board gamers, and they're like, oh yeah, Hive. I love Hive. It's so good. Like
it's fantastic.
It's so well done. Like I don't know, just dive in. If you love bugs. That's
and these are domino quality pieces.
Yeah, they're very clickety clackety. That's right, JC Phenom. They're thick boys. Like they feel good and satisfying in your hand. So absolutely.
And there's an expansion for it. You can get more pieces.
Well, it's a mosquito and pill bug.
Yeah.
But worth it. You can get it for. I think you can get the big one for about $28 on Amazon. I swear you can get the smaller one for cheaper than that. I bet
you can.
I think I bought it for 15, but that was a few years ago. So again, like one of these games, like I just wish I played more often. I need to make time to play these games. Because when I play games, I end up playing with a bunch of people. I just need to sit down and be, we're playing Hive. Me and you, nobody else invited, okay? Only bugs.
Here's what you do. You bully Luke into playing these 2-player games with you.
What I need to probably do is plan ahead of time, play these games, and actually take my own photos to send to you.
Please do. Yeah.
Okay.
I want them to be as stylistic as possible. Yeah.
Done. Yeah. I'm going to just stack them like crazy. Stack them high and watch them fly.
Speaking of stack them high, war chest.
Now, this game, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say this is probably my favorite 2-player game. It's at least in my top 3. Right now, I can't think of what else I would put above it. It is a chess style. Every one of your pieces has a different movement type. The main point of the game is you're trying to, there's these control points on the board here that you are trying to have control of. So you're trying to get your pieces there. purchasing more soldiers. You're putting them in a bag and drawing out a few. Like I think it's 4. I'm playing a couple bits here, and maybe it's 3. 3 sounds better. And you're playing these. You keep them secret in front of you, and then you play them on the board, and you're trying to knock out your opponents while capturing these points. So there are a couple expansions for this one as well that add even more to it. These are like
poker chips.
Yeah, thick poker chips, like very like they just feel so nice in your hand. The box is very heavy. One of those games you don't want to carry around all day, but you want everyone to play it with you. So,
oh man, it's a literal chest of poker chips.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. And I had some friends, a few years ago at this point, I think, did you go into Bubba, the playmat?
Oh, the playmat? Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't come with the playmat. It comes with the board, but I had some friends make us a playmat, like a neoprene playmat that like just, you don't need it. You don't need a playmat for most games, but like just makes it even feel that much better. So I'm sorry. You probably can look it up and print one yourself.
Every game needs a playmat.
You don't need a playmat.
Matt, what did I say?
Maybe we need to maybe that's what we need to do is talk about games with the best playmats. Yeah. Okay. Somebody write that down for me.
13 best playmats.
13 best playmats. That would be a really short episode, I think. And this one, it just feels good and it looks good too. But this one, like, if you like chess, would you call this asymmetrical? I guess each piece is asymmetrical. Like each piece has its own movement style, combat style.
It's not asymmetrical because our win conditions are the same.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Well,
this is oh man, why am I blanking on it?
Because your throat's gone.
Yeah, all of my thoughts are in my throat. This is a game where somebody help me with the word I'm looking for here. The pieces, what's on the pieces doesn't matter. Like chess is this kind of game. Checkers is this kind of game where it doesn't, like football is this kind of game where like you could replace each of the jerseys.
It is a bag builder.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
I know what I call it asymmetrical.
What is the word that I'm looking for? Abstract. Thank you, JC Fino.
Abstract. There you go. That's probably a better way to put it. So, if you're in town and you want to play a game with me, come on over. We'll play this game. Stop on, but drive on up. Like this is one of those games like where I will play it 5 times in a row with someone and be like, I could go again. That's fine with me. Let's do it.
I can vouch for that because I feel like when we sat down to play it, you're like, just one more, one more.
Yeah.
And the replayability in this game is stupid. Mm-hmm. It's stupid because there's how many? Like 12, 15, something like that.
Yeah, I think there's 12 or 15, and that's only in the base game. And then there's the 2 expansions that come with, I think, 4 or 5. So I only have one of the expansions, but I guess I'm going to probably have to order it now. So that is War Chest, and that is by AEG. Yeah. It's going to be about a 30-minute game, and I think that's pretty realistic there.
And I feel like this is going to be an investment of a game.
Yes.
Like it's not like a $20 game. I don't think it's like a $100 game, but it's like it is somewhere.
It's between a $30 and $40 game, and I think that is very reasonable. I didn't mention that you mentioned the chest, like it's in it, but the packaging inside is really nice. Like you can pull these little trays out, and then each of your all the pieces are right there, and they made room for expansions to fit in there, which I always really appreciate that with games. Yeah. Like, hey, we're future proofing this here. Let's make it happen.
It's almost like they knew what they were doing.
Yep. War chest. So it says 14 plus, but I think an 8-year-old could play it with some help.
Play this with Caleb. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why we haven't. I would.
Okay. Well, we'll wait right here. Go ahead.
Okay. While you're waiting, talk about this game.
Oh, no, we talked about this game a few weeks ago. Is that right? I think we did. Or maybe we just talked about it free play. This is Caper Europe.
Quick games to get to the table.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. Yeah, quick games to get to the table. So you want to talk about this, Bad Lad, while I take a drink of my coffee?
Yeah, absolutely.
Slowly.
So again, we don't want to, create legacy content. We want all of these different lists to kind of stand on their own. So if there is some overlap, we apologize. And we also don't want to just glaze over something because we've already talked about it, because it fits into this category very well. Caper Europe by Keymaster Games is probably the smoothest 2-player game I have ever played. Matt, you had a chance to get stomped out by Luke. I got stomped out by Luke.
Felt really good.
It honestly, like legitimately speaking, even when you get demolished in this game, it's like, okay, run it back. It's one of those.
I realized my mistakes very quickly. I realized them after they scored, and then I realized what I had done wrong. So, you're trying.
That's the beauty of it, is that it gives you the opportunity to right your wrong. So that if you screw up in that first turn, it's like, hey, don't worry, you're gonna get 2 more opportunities. None nearly as big as that first one, but you're gonna get 2 more opportunities to place thieves, and you're trying to steal these different, artifacts and gems
artifacts,
and
yeah.
And you're moving your caper tracker in each area, of which there are 3, towards you or away from you. You want it to be as close to you as possible so that you can get the most victory points.
I felt really good after two turns. I was like, this is going to be pretty close. But then that last turn, I was ruined. And then I was like, dude. I was angry.
Yeah, if anybody wants to know how bad Luke Frostbite 4 in the chat here stomped me out,
just never ask
he has the stupid little thing right next to him. He kept it. It's like when you smash a mosquito on the wall and you just leave it there so the rest of them know.
Okay, yeah, like the blood's there. Yeah. Okay, weird analogy, but I'm following with you.
Yeah. This game is absolute quality. I ordered the playmat. Did I tell you that?
No, you didn't. I need to.
Yeah.
That it looks dang nice because it's this 2-sided, and the other side's just like whatever you want it to be.
That's really why I bought it. It was for the opposite side.
Well, I will use it for both. I'll have to check it out as well. That's
anyway.
This is from Keymaster Games. We didn't mention that. It's from Keymaster Games. 25 to 35 minutes, probably fairly accurate. And then it's 10 plus, which you probably could play as an 8-year-old as well, as long as
I would say that time frame is very accurate. We played it at a convention, and you know what it's like to play games at conventions.
I know how it's like when you play games at conventions.
Just get out of here. But we have this game, Anna. But we played the game. Luke and we played this game in about that time frame, first play, and so like that to me,
that's realistic,
invaluable.
Yep. Awesome. That's Caper Europe. It just came out, so you should be able to find it. If you can't find it on Amazon, I would check their website. There you go. Yep. Yeah. Thanks.
And just get the deluxe version. There's no reason not to.
There's really no reason not to. Hey, next game called Clask.
Oh my gosh, dude.
This game is first off, I went to a work like social thing a couple weeks ago, and they were like, hey, let's do a game night. We bring games. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll bring games, no problem. So they wanted me to teach games, and I brought a whole bag. And like just before I left, I was like, should I bring Clask? I'll bring Clask. Like, I'm already like bringing this giant backpack, and I was like, do I really want to carry another game in my hand? I decided to do it, and I'm glad I did, because this game, like, everyone wanted to play it.
This game, this game is in my milkshake category, bro.
Yeah,
like
the basic premise of this game is it's kind of like a foosball meets air hockey without the air. And you're trying to get that little yellow ball into your opponent's goal behind them. Now, there are other ways to score points or to lose points. If you get those little pieces in the middle, if you get 2 of those attached to your, I'm guessing that little thing has a name, your pawn, your little slider, bro.
You dude, bro. Yeah.
And what you can't see here is you don't control your little dude bro pawn on the top of the game. You control it underneath, and it's connected by a magnet through the board that you're sliding around. If you go too hard, your little pawn will go flying. If you get too close to those little things in the middle, those are magnetic and they'll stick to you. If you fall into the goal behind you, your opponent gets a point. So like, it's pretty quick, like fast paced. You're just like bumping that little yellow ball without going too crazy. Yeah. Great game.
Dude, I have played hours of this game. And you're like, oh, okay, who cares? You play hours of it. No, I mean, like, the games are so quick.
Yep. You just want to play.
I played hours of this game, like back to back to back.
There's tournaments and championships. This is a game. I think it's from Norway. Does that seem legit to you?
Yeah.
But like they have giant.
I have the 4-player version of it back here.
Have you played it yet?
We've played it like maybe 3 times. It's not nearly as fun as this.
Okay, I wondered. It looks fun. It sounds fun.
It's too chaotic. It's too chaotic for me.
Is there only one ball still?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't been able to play it yet. But this one you could find at Target for. Dude,
I stole this game for $40 at Target.
Oh, I won't tell you what I got mine for.
I want to hear. What did you, up or down?
Down.
You got it.
$17.
What?
It was okay. Well, Shane grabbed it for me because he saw it at his Target. Like that is an absolute steal because typically this game is going to be $60, $50 to $60.
Well, it was going for $100.
Yeah, it was $100 when it first came out. But if you can find this game honestly for $40, that's a very good deal. Mine, you may not be able to find it at Target anymore, and that's why it was so cheap. But worth it. It's a big box game. I mean, because can you show me another photo, Bubba, with some people playing? You can see kind of like what the side looks like. Maybe can you give me a really stylized one?
Here you go.
Okay, yeah, some kids playing. You have to keep. Yeah, you just
okay. So I zoomed in. Is that better?
Yeah. Oh, much better. Whew, too close.
Let's see if I find a better one.
Yeah, Target can have some amazing deals. Like you just like never know what you're gonna find there. So you're playing under the board like these people are right here, bumping that little ball. Super fun, quick, like as competitive as you want, to be honestly. And like my 4-year-old Penny, she can play this game. So it's really it's almost anyone can play. They do say 8+, but really like depending on how much strategy you want. Like if you're playing in a world championship, maybe don't let Penny play or your 4-year-old play. But
dude, she's gonna take it home. She's gonna bring the chip.
My only complaint is how the pieces can get lost if your kids don't take care of it.
Oh my gosh. Yes. That's like, I tell them, if you're going to play this game, you got to make sure everything gets back in the bag.
I will say no problem. Oh yeah, I will. No problem.
Hey, I will say this though. They know that your kids are going to do this.
Yeah.
And they put extra pieces in the bag.
You also can order like a little pack that has like replacement pieces, which I've done already. And now I have plenty of extra ones.
Like the PVC stickers that you can put to help it move.
Yeah, and not like scratch your board up. So
yeah,
you
I
do
can't
have to have a man
recommend this game
bun.
enough.
Yeah, you do have to have a man bun to play. I just trimmed mine. That's why I haven't played in a little while.
Yeah, that's why this guy on the left, he's gonna lose.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's up in his hat. It's just he has a man bun, just not hair around the man bun.
Hey, I will say this. I saw a couple people asking in the chat, twitch.tv/lovethynerd. We're working on a way to get all of these lists onto our website at lovethynerd.com.
Well, just let it be known that Erin currently right now is typing out stuff. She's making lists. So
that's what's up.
You should be able to go back and find a listicle of, we've done now 3 episodes of this type of content. Yep. So you'll be able to go back and read through those. So
and we're going to post them in halves, just so everybody knows, like not a full 13 list. We'll post some and then another.
You'll get half of one of them. You'll be like, what's the game? Oh, it's Clask. Yep. Guess I'll have to tune in next time to get the rest of the information. Clask, 8+, what they say, 10 minutes or so. It's from Clask Apps.
It's just from Clask. I have not seen them make anything else other than this game.
Well, Big Potato also is a publisher. I almost put them, but just look for Clask.
Big Potato. That's my nickname in high school.
Yeah. Again, like another one of these, like you need to play this game if you haven't. It's so fun. Yeah. Next one, Imhotep the Duel. Now this again is
Mummy.
It's an older game. Imhotep came out many moons ago. It's a 4-player game where you're trying to take cargo in ships and deliver it. Same deal here, quicker 2-player variant of it. Honestly, I think it makes the game a little bit better. The base game of Imhotep is a little bit longer of a game. This one you're going to get in about 30 minutes. 10+, it's fairly. Probably can do 8 again. So you're taking roles as Nefertiti and Akhetaten. I can read. One of Egypt's most famous royal couples. How do you say it?
Anaxunamun.
No.
I know that from The Mummy.
Oh, this is basically just The Mummy, the board game, the movie.
Yeah, King Tut's Curse.
King Tut's Curse. So game pieces must be cleverly placed so that players can unload the most valuable tiles from the 6 boats. While this is happening, each player builds their own 4 monuments in order to gain as many fame points as possible. So a lot like the original game, just brought down into a 2-player variant. It says 30 minutes, and honestly, again, like if you know what you're doing, I would say this is probably a 20-minute game. So this isn't on our list of like quick games, but it could have been. So yeah, I honestly, if you like the original game and you haven't played this one, I would 100% recommend it.
I feel like I need to play more games based in ancient Egypt. Is this what I'm learning from this list?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, or you need to just watch the Mummy.
Where's Seven Wonders? Where's Seven Wonders from?
7 Wonders is
all over the world.
It's all over the world. Okay, I thought
it's the 7 Wonders.
I thought you were asking like where the game company is.
Is it in Egypt?
It probably could be
ancient Egypt.
It's everywhere. It's
Mesopotamia,
7 Wonders,
cradle of civilization.
There you go. Yeah, Shane said he picked up. He got rid of the original as soon as he picked up the Duel. This one it's just quicker. Less to worry about, but like still just as fun. Or
I feel like we played Kemet. Did we play Kemet? Right?
I've not played Kemet.
I thought that was the one that we played.
Maybe it was. I don't know. Crunchy.
I like Crunch.
It's fine.
Speaking of Crunch, Unmatched.
Yeah. No, this is one of the 2 games on our list that technically you can play 4 players. However, although I do play 4 players with my kids, I prefer this game in a 2-player setting. They make a 2-player board. It's a little smaller than the bigger 4-player board. But this is from Restoration Games, Mondo Games. It's a game that used to be Star Wars Epic Duels, right? Star Wars Epic Duels. Yeah, that sounds right.
We'll never forget that because that was like, I think that was probably the first time we actually did research on a video. Remember that we had a whole spiel.
Oh, right.
We said
we had a whole thing because we're wise people. So Restoration takes old games and they give them new life. And so in this case, they took that game and they made it into this Unmatched. This is a dueling style game with cards. You have little players. The cool thing about this is they take just kind of like, I'm guessing like it's almost on a whim who they bring on into the game, because like you start out and you have Sinbad the pirate, and Medusa, and you have King Arthur, but then you're also going to get Buffy the Vampire Slayer with some of her friends. You
Dracula,
Invisible Man, Bigfoot, Jurassic Park people, Deadpool, Bruce Lee. So really, like you think of like an obscure type character, like they're typically trying to stay away from IP properties like IPs, but they're starting to bring more in
for now.
So Marvel's coming.
Yeah, I already have it. I tell you.
Oh, which one?
This one, Redemption Row. So this one has Ghost Rider, Luke Cage, and Moon Knight.
Mooninites. Yeah, so they're trying to do more like with Marvel, and they had Bruce Lee. I don't know. I guess he's an IP. Jurassic Park is, but they're, for the most part, they're trying to take like those obscure, anyone can, write a book or use them type of characters like Dracula or Bigfoot. There's a word for that.
Common law is what's coming to my mind.
Common law.
Wrong.
Yeah, it's common law.
It's not open source. What's the open source version of a character?
Free range.
Grass fed. They're grass fed.
Yeah, they're grass fed. So in this, you're playing cards from your hand that either are attack, so you can attack your opponent. There are lightning bolt cards, which I'm forgetting the name of right now. Schemes. There you go. Schemes, which kind of give you like a special power. You might get to draw more cards or move or heal or something like that. But there's also defense cards. So if you get attacked, you get to play a defense card. And there's also ones that is attack or defense. So if you're going to attack your opponent, you play a card face down and you say, hey, I'm going to attack Moon Knight. Your opponent will then choose a card from their hand, play it face down, and you both flip at the same time. You compare values. There's some text involved. Pretty quick, like easy game. But one of those games, like I just love it. It's just like, I don't have to think too much when I'm playing if I don't want to. Like, oh, I'm play a card, I'm attack. Like it doesn't take a lot of brain power, which I can really appreciate in a game.
It's perfect for us.
Unless you really like want to like go hard, and then you can. So it's going to be about 20 to 40 minutes. And the more characters are adding, the more cool mechanics are adding to the game. And I'm not saying it's not too much either. Like it makes sense. Like these make sense. Like Red Riding Hood can close doors on the house, and Big Bad Wolf Bro can
blow them down,
knock them down. So
this particular one, Redemption Row, the first Marvel license release, it's a 3 character,
right, which
instead
is
of a 4 character.
Yeah.
And so what they added was 3-player rules, which I greatly appreciate. You can play this game. It plays, I think, the best 1v1, which is why it's in this list, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
I have not played three player.
It's brand new in this one.
Well, I just got shipping notice that it's on its way. Or the other Marvel one. What's in the other Marvel one? There's Elektra, Daredevil.
Did they already release that?
It's released. It's released. I haven't ordered it yet.
I didn't even see it. All I saw was Redemption.
There was no announcement about it. It's like I didn't get an email. I didn't get an email either. I went and ordered this one and saw that it was on there. So more Marvel's coming.
But anyway, this one is really cool. I like it. It plays, like I said, best at 2-player. If you're going to play it at 4-player, each person or each team will start on the side of the board. And what's really cool is this game doesn't let the game go on forever, because every round you're drawing cards,
right?
And your cards are like a secondary. It's like an overshield. So once you're out of cards, when you deck out, you start taking damage every round for every card you cannot draw.
Yep.
And so like you're not going to be sitting here for 1,000 hours.
Yep.
So you can like run away from people, but you're still going to take damage after a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
The guy that made Star Wars Duels, he is Restoration Games. And so like, right. So it's not somebody else took his game, which was already a really great game.
Right.
And just like, oh, here's what I would have done. Like he got to improve upon his own game. So I like seeing stuff like that over time.
Yeah.
Which is really great.
Yep. And they also had inroads here saying that they had a contest where they asked people to make custom decks, like custom character decks. So that'll be coming out eventually. There's a lot in the pipeline. I know there's more.
This is one of my collection games.
Yeah, I can't stop at this point. I've got to collect them all, and I have them all except the other Marvel one, which I haven't ordered yet. But T-Rex is coming. Yeah, I saw an image of that not long ago. It's big. She's big. She big. Hey, next one. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one because we talked about it just a couple weeks ago. Watergate. It's going to be you're playing Watergate. That happened in the late 60s. So one of you is a Washington Post journalist. The other person is from the Nixon administration. The person from the Post is trying to collect clues, tips, hints, and connect all the points to convict and bring about Nixon's downfall. So, and then the Nixon administration is trying to keep that by blocking out information and stopping the other person. So again, it's a quick game. And I say quick, it's like 30 minutes if you know what you're doing. 12 plus. And if you like history, I think this one is up your alley. This game really, everyone speaks very, very highly of this game. You can get it for about $25 to $30 as well. So looking for a pretty quick, like fairly historic, because most of all of the cards in there have to do with real history or real people. So you haven't had a chance to play this one yet, right?
No, but when we talked about it the other day, one of the things that I did talk about was that some people were getting their cards signed, like by the people that were still alive.
That's pretty cool. I'm sure they it might be weird for them, honestly. If someone made a game about something in my life and they're asking me to sign a card, it'd be a bit weird for me. I'll just do my job.
Especially if you're not like the best. If you weren't painted in a good light.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So this is from Capstone Games. Yep, Capstone Games.
Yep. Check it out.
12 plus ish. So
Radlands.
Radlands.
The raddest of lands.
This is from Roxley, and this is like awesome. a dueling style game. That little box right there has everything you need in there. The playmats are not included unless you get the deluxe version, which if you can get the deluxe version, it is barely, I think it's $10 more for the deluxe, and you get a bigger box that holds the playmats and has the other deck of cards in there. You've played this one, right?
Oh, dude. Yes.
Lots of?
Not nearly as much as Luke has, but this is a legitimate 2-player game. Like, it's locked at 2 players. You can't play it solo. There's no mode to do that, and there's no way to add more people. Like, there's not a mechanic. You could do it. You could break it, but it's pretty hard locked at 2. You are trying to play cards, which I think is really cool. Out of this deck in the middle, that's a shared deck.
Shared deck, yep.
And so, like, there is no deck. Like building, there is no card chasing or anything like that, and you're trying to protect these 3 spots down here at the bottom, and you're placing these punks or these baddies in front to block it, and you're paying water in order to do that, which is really cool. And there's an interesting timed mechanic on the left-hand side where you can move cards up and then they activate.
The bomb cards.
It's just so cool, man. Like, this game, it looks gorgeous because Manny and Gavin are absolutely fantastic at what they do. But it plays smooth. This was the smoothest 2-player game I'd played until I played Caper Europe.
I can agree with that. It's both are just very smooth, easy to play. You're spending water to bring out these baddies or the bomb timed cards. As soon as you destroy your opponent's 3 camps, the game's over. So it's a pretty quick game. They say 20 to 40 minutes, and I can get behind that. I've played a 40-minute game. I've also played a 20-minute game. So I will also mention that games I've played in the past, people feel or I've also experienced this, that you'll lose camps really quick. And you're like, well, this is going to be a quick one, but it turns around. And I've won after losing 2 camps in a couple turns, early on, I turned it around and was able to win. So don't give up. I believe in you. You can do it. And this art, you mentioned it, it just, honestly, that's what drew me in first. And then once I was there, I was this is great. And I also will mention, I think the deluxe version comes with the plastic, whatever.
The PVC cards.
Yeah. Well, and the water tokens. And then the super deluxe comes with the playmats. So, you can check that out. I think the website is posted here. Yep. There you go.
Cool. The easiest thing to do is just to get the big one.
Yeah. There's not, honestly, if you just want a small compact game, I think just getting the regular box is worth it.
That's fine.
If you're able to get the big one, also worth it.
It's worth stating that when Rodney did the how to play video, he used the playmat. The guy almost never uses upgraded components when he's doing his how to play.
Oh, that's
but he said, I'll use the playmat because it's easier to play with.
Yeah. So Roxley, it says age 14 plus, but I think you can play it with younger. Maybe they rated that high because of some cards. It's not that it's gruesome. It's just this is a game for people who are familiar with trading card games, like dueling games, dueling card games. If you're not, there's some strategies in there like exhausting and readying and Sure.
So
Cool. All right, let's roll the next one here. Star Wars Rebellion. This is from Fantasy Flight, and you're looking at 14 plus. And I think honestly, that's pretty accurate. You might be able to get a 12-year-old to play this game if they have played games before. This is a long boy. This is a couple hours, 180 to 240 minutes long.
Blues in the chat is like, oh, this is my jam. Yeah, I know it is.
So good. So one person is the Empire, one person is the Rebellion. The Rebellion is going to be hiding their secret base somewhere on the board there. I've played this a few times, and I have always been the Rebellion, and it feels hopeless because the Empire is bringing their giant ships, and you're like piddling around the board with like next to nothing. And when you finally get something, the Empire is like, I'm gonna bring a Death Star out. It's probably fine. This one's gone, and this one's gone, and everyone's gone, and like, but like they've done such a good job of keeping. It doesn't seem balanced, but it is balanced because I've seen both factions win. It's kind of like hidden play, hidden objective. You can move your base around. You're trying to like play a little cat and mouse with the Empire. If you're the rebels, with the rebels, you're just kind of, you don't want to spread yourself too thin, but you're just kind of going out on the board and like you're wiping them out. That's what you're going to do.
I don't know anybody that has won with the Rebellion in this game.
Oh, I've seen it once, and
okay,
it was down to the very end, like it was down to the wire. Now you can play this game at a 4-player level, where one person is controlling.
Yeah, it's a 1v3 at that point, right?
No, I think it's still 2v2. I think that one person controls the ground combat and one person controls the air combat. I think if this is the game I'm thinking of. But it's much better at 2 players. So correct me if I'm wrong in the chat there. Just if you love Star Wars and you love space type games, and
you gotta really love. I'm telling you right now, you gotta really love them because you're gonna be here for a minute.
You're gonna be here for a few hours, and then you better know what you're doing. When I played my first time, it was a very long game. It's probably close to 4.5, 5 hours, and it was like the evening before I was supposed to fly out at like 4 a.m. I'm like, we've got to hurry this game up. Can't do it. Super dope game though. I highly recommend it.
Like if you're into long form space domination games, like there are other games that are very similar to this that are there's a Dracula game out there where like you're trying to catch Dracula. It's kind of the opposite of this.
Can't be caught.
Can't be caught. It's very Carmen Sandiego is really what it is.
Yep. So that is Star Wars Rebellion from Fantasy Flight. And we just have a couple more here, sort of.
Yep.
Go for it.
Sure. So the next one that we're going to do, and I'm going to switch back to our main cameras here, is trading card games. Like I talked about them just a second ago, like those dueling games. You got Magic the Gathering, you've got Pokemon, you've got Yu-Gi-Oh, you've got Transformers had one that came out. There's 7,000 different card battling games, but I want to highlight one.
Okay.
This is basically an ad, and
just
I don't
one,
care.
just one.
Yeah. Animo. This is a game that, bear with me.
Wait for it.
You don't want to focus. You don't want to focus, bro?
I don't think so. No, I feel.
There we go.
Fine.
This is a game. This is the brand new stuff that just came out. This is the Red Letter Day. Fury of Dracula. Thank you. For all intents and purposes, this is Christian Pokemon. But hold up, it's not lame, right? Like that sounds so lame. I promise you, I would not have done this. LTN loves this game.
We didn't put that sticker on ourselves.
That's on the box.
It's on the box. Yeah.
Oh, Matt, I didn't even tell you. It's spot finish, bro.
Oh, it's scratch and sniff. Is that what you said?
Yeah. It smells like victory. Yeah.
Wow.
But this is awesome. This is legitimately a game that we love. I play this with my kids. I tell as many, people with young kids and families about this game as I possibly can, because I think that it's not because, don't play Pokemon because it's the devil. Like, I don't care about that, honestly. Like, I think you're going to be fine. But I do think that this game is absolutely amazing. It's called Animo.
Wait, it doesn't want to focus, man. Don't worry about it.
Wait for it. Come on, dude. Just pretend
too many fingers involved.
Yeah, that's probably right. But that's the new stuff. It's also, there's like this big box that came out with it. Like, this is my Kickstarter that came in. It's got minis in it and all sorts of stuff. There are several different ways to play it. So go check out Animo. It's right there. Love this game. Absolutely love this game. But trading card games in general are great. They're designed for 2 players, right? Like, they just are.
It's true.
I have a couple of Magic decks just in case. I will have to have somebody teach me every time I sit down because I forget how to play, because I don't play Magic on the regs. And then what was that other game?
Tell me more.
That had like you were collecting the gems, like every time you would. They had like throwaway decks. Like you would buy a deck. Keyforge. There it is.
Keyforge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keyforge is a fun one. It's one of those games I want to play more.
Yeah. And I have a couple of Keyforge decks, right? And so, like, these games are really a dime a dozen, but I think each one has its own thing that it's really good at. It has its own audience, right? So Animo, I would say, like, if you're, a Christian family, or, you're just looking for something that's softer than, say Magic the Gathering, or even, Pokemon, because it is softer than Pokemon. Each one of those cards has a scripture on it, and that's actually one of the ways that you can play it. And so, anyway, it's just really cool. And if you are a Christian family, if you're not, that's totally fine. But if you are, it does add a mechanic in there that helps you memorize scripture, even as an adult.
And then you said your kids would do a memory verse, and then they would get a promo card in the mail. Is that right?
Yeah, look at this. So this is Levi. He colored Nico here. And then you memorize that verse. You record him and put it on Facebook, tag Animo, and they send you a holographic card that you can't get anywhere else outside of the Bible
dope.
Verse Challenge.
Super dope.
Yeah. Which is
awesome. Crazy. Yep. So that is, almost any TCG game, specifically Animo for us. So
just legit any of them.
Yeah. And then we have
a little picture of like a bunch of the cards laid out and stuff like that.
Splayed out.
Hey, last but not least.
Yep. Ta-da. Ninja. Dice Throne.
Yeah. Dice Throne. Battle Yahtzee.
Whatever you want to call it. Now, this has been a game that we've spoken about this game, a whole lot, like a ton. Yeah, we own the stuff. We have all the stuff. We know the people. We found this game many moons ago at PAX South or something.
PAX South 2017, I believe.
Now, this is going to be for your... Well, it's going to be honestly for anyone. We call it Battle Yahtzee, but that is like the most blandest way to put it, because it is more than that. There's strategy, there's cards involved. You have each player has their own board that they're playing with, their own character they're playing with. They're going to be able to, they're aiming to get certain combinations of dice. So maybe you're going to get all ones or all sixes, and each 6 has like specific symbol to it. So if you roll certain combinations, you're going to do damage, or you're going to try to attempt to damage your opponent. And then they have an ability to roll defensive die. You upgrade your board by putting new cards on there that help you do more damage, or perhaps a different ability. I guess I would combine this. Like, if I had to like break it way down, I would say it's Magic mixed with Yahtzee. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, it's called Dice Throne, so there is a dice chucker mechanic in it. Yeah. But it is also heavily reliant on the cards that you play. Excuse me. So you have a fixed deck. And like Matt said, you're upgrading those abilities, and you have on the left hand side over here for the ninja, you can see she has some tokens.
Yep.
Each one of those tokens is linked to an ability that triggers different things. This game, we have it on the 2-player list because I truly believe it's best at 2-player. You can play it upwards to, I would say, safely 5, 6, maybe.
I've played a lot.
Your mileage will vary. Will vary. But this game, not just because we love the people, because we freaking do.
Yeah.
But this is a game that I'll pull out anytime.
Yeah.
I taught somebody on accident how to play a level 6 complexity character, which is the highest one.
See, they're fine.
It was the Treant. Like, he sat down for a first play at game night, and somebody was like, "Oh, hey, play this one." And it was the guy gave it to him was the guy that plays this game all the time. And he was like, "Oh, you can play Treant."
It's fine. Like, complexity, you can play it as complex as you want. You probably won't win if you don't play fully and use all the, upgrades and resources that they have. But really, I think you can almost dive into any. If you can roll some dice, you're going to be okay. So
you can augment the dice rolls and all sorts of stuff. Like, you're not locked, right?
Yeah.
It's so fun. I love this game.
No,
I love this game.
You can get a giant battle chest with 8 characters in it?
Yep.
8, or you can. They also have like a 1v1 packs. In this case,
got the battle box and the battle chest.
Yeah, Ninja and Treant come together. I think you're gonna be able to find it at most like Targets.
It's at Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble. Sure. Yeah. I think it's coming to Target, but I could be wrong. And then just in a few months here, they're gonna have a Marvel version of it. So if that excites you, it excites me as well.
I've got one of the little battle boxes right back here.
Yep. Yep. So that is from Roxley. It's about 30 minutes or so. It says 8+, but you probably could play with a little younger as long as I can read and kind of like understand basic game. I think 8's probably a pretty good spot to start, but I know my other kids played it when they were younger than that. So
I will advise you against playing this game when one of the children can see the television.
Okay, that's good.
That will stretch the time.
Maybe they need to have that written in the rule book. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, we're in the rule book.
Yes, we are. We're there. Al, Marvel Champions was on my thought. I thought about it. I was like, well, you can play with more. So I also play it solo a lot too. That will be making one of our lists here in the future, because that's one of my all-time favorite games right there.
Again, here's the deal. So many games could be on every list. And we even talked about it, about the quick games to get to table. We're like, dang, we didn't put Dice Throne on that list. It could have easily gone on that list, but there were other games that we felt needed to be on that list, right?
Yep.
So,
so there you go, everyone. That's I would say our top 13. There are other games we didn't put on this list that we would absolutely add if we had to like sleep on it and come back and do it again tomorrow. But top 13 for now, 2-player games.
I feel like we should just say not top 13, but just 13.
Okay, here's 13
games
that you might enjoy. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and let us know in the comments what you play 2-player game. What do you enjoy? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for those of you who came on Twitch. Thanks for the raid earlier. Thanks for the new follows. You all are the best. Bubba and I will be back every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The year of our Lord, bringing you 13 of our something or other tabletop games. Probably
13 games that we can remember.
Yeah, that's right. we played 13. And we might vary it a little bit. And we have some other ideas for just talking about different game styles, like whether it's worker placement or just trying to break things down, because there are a lot of confusing terms in the tabletop industry that,
oh my gosh,
honestly, even Bubba and I are like, well, what does that mean? What is a rondelle style game? You tell me. I'm gonna have to look that up. So we'll probably bring you some more information about that as well. There you go.
Well, hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, for sticking around with Beard Bros. That's Matt and I. We brought it back. While I'm thinking about it, We do have, we've got coffee. I drank tea today, so I didn't even talk about it. So sorry. We do have the best, smoothest medium roast I've ever had in my life right there. So go check that out. Also, Luke is going to be here in just
don't go anywhere.
25 seconds when we end. So we're not going to raid. We're not doing anything. We're right here. Yes, Ben Vinobi, you and I are doing lunch. Don't worry. We're going to do it.
Maybe stay a little far away. You don't want him cough on you.
Yeah.
Nope.
But hey, we do this for one reason and one reason only, and it's kind of a combo reason. It's because we love you, and more importantly than that, we want you to know that Jesus loves you too. And we're not going to cram it down your throat, I promise. Like we go to great lengths not to do that, but we do want you to know it. And we think that the best way to do that is to build a relationship with you by talking to you about things that we both, everybody collectively enjoy, which is nerd culture. And specifically with this show, with Beard Bros, tabletop experiences. And they're experiences because we don't play games. We have experiences.
Yep.
How you like that? Put that on a bumper sticker.
I love it.
Just give me all the money from the bumper stickers. That's what I need. Well, hey, we're going to get out of here. But again, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm Bubba Stallcup.
I'm Matt Warmbier.
Yeah, you are.
Still am. Yeah.
And we'll catch you next week on another episode of Beard Bros with Matt and Bubba in the morning. And if no one else tells you this, just remember it's true. Jesus loves you, nerds.